All right, now that we've showed you the products and the tools needed, we'll go through how to size them, and then we'll go through the prep and the install. So the first thing we want to do is all the shoes are in millimeter measurements. And so this is a size 118, and so that's 118 millimeters from side to side at the widest point of the shoe. This is a 122, so this is a 122 wide, and 126, same thing, 126 wide. So what we want to do when we take that measurement from a horse is we want to measure side to side at the widest point, and I've already measured Cyclone. He is a 122. And so, but if you haven't done a good measurement and you have the shoes, you can also go through different shoe sizes to determine what size you need. So if I was sizing Cyclone here, this is a 126, and this is easy to twist. We could actually glue this shoe on. It'd be okay for him, but it's going to twist on him. This is 122. You're going to notice this 122 is nice and snug, and one of the beauties of this shoe is that he can move around, he can twist. This shoe's going to stay on. Now we get down into 118. 118 is going to be too hard. You're going to see here that the cuffs are now going over. They're too wide. So it's pretty obvious when the shoe is too small. So we are going to go with a 122 on him. The other thing you're going to notice on the shoe is we have this internal debris guard. This keeps debris out of the foot during use. So I use this if a horse has a lot of concavity. If a horse is a really flat-footed horse, I'll go in and trim that out. So if a horse has concavity, keep it in. Flat-footed, cut it out. So we're going to use this 122. And so first thing we're going to do is prep. And the beauty of this shoe is all we have to do is prep the outside walls. We don't have to do anything with the solar surface at all. And that makes it really nice, because if we had a sore horse, we'll actually use his right leg to show if we had a sore horse. But we could do all the prep with the horse standing, slide the shoe on, and we're good. But for this one, I'm gonna do the prep up in the air. And so we recommend having a buffy, and I like the 60 grit paper because it makes it nice and rough and cleans it up. When I use the buffy, I always turn this backwards, the drum backwards away from me, because what happens is all the stuff from the hoof goes on the ground rather than back on it. And then buffy, we're going to go down. Going fast. That's all we need if you have a buffy. If you don't have a buffy, you can do the same thing with the rasp. And with the rasp, what we recommend is you come in with the side of the rasp. And what this does is it adds peaks and valleys and roughs and cleans at the same time. So I'm kind of doing both here, but I'm showing you people that don't have a buffy. Next thing we recommend is torch and wire brush. I recommend you do this 3 different times. So we're going to go around, wire brush. You can see we still have dust coming off. One more time. We're going to actually do this 3 times. You want to do this so you don't see any dust come off the foot. You can still see a little dust coming off. Last time. And we're going to wire brush one more time. So I'm not seeing any dust. I like it. We're dry, we're rough. Now we can set the foot down. The nice thing about this product, again, most of the other products, we can't let the foot go down. We don't care if the bottom of the foot gets dirty. So I'm gonna grab my 122. I'm gonna slide it on. Get my toe where I want. So now he's in the shoe. He could move around. The shoe is not coming off. We're really secure in our gluing. Now I'm gonna get my glue out really quick. And so on this side, I'm gonna show you the acrylic EasyShoe Bond with a tip. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all the different holes, and I'm gonna use my wrap. Can you give me that wrap, please? And the last step, we're gonna do wrap. So I always wanna get, so when we start gluing, open this up. I always purge the first bit of material out, so we know it's mixing well. Now I'm gonna come into each one of my holes here. And I'm not trying to, I don't want to get crazy with glue. I just want to go in every different hole all the way around. I'm just doing about a quarter pump in each hole. We're trying to fill the underside of this cuff all the way around. I'm going to go to the other side real quick. And again, if he moves or does anything right now, that shoe's nice and tight, so we're still pretty secure even if he moves. And he looks like he's going to move here. So nice thing is he just moved, shoe's still exactly where he needs to be. And the last thing I like to do when I'm done here is just add a little bit to the outside cuff here, all the way around. And I'll do this cuff. And I like to do some in the toe area. So this just kind of seals our toe. We still got time here, this isn't setting. If you have a popsicle stick, you can do this with your fingers. I like to just kind of blend this all in. It makes for less work with the rasp, makes your work cleaner. So this is just kind of smoothing it all in so you don't have to do as much later. So again, he can move now. It's not going to kill us. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up his foot, we're going to wrap it, and then we're going to let him stand for roughly 5 minutes with the acrylic. So he just moved again, so I'm not panicking. So we're going to take our plastic wrap. What this does is it really kind of smushes down the glue for one. It'll hold it in place so the horse blows up. And I've done a lot of them even without wrap. But this just kind of makes super secure, so I can go to the other foot. Everything's looking nice, glue looks good. Now we'll go to the other foot. All right, we got Cyclone's left front on. I'm gonna do his different in a totally different technique. So Cyclone was at one time one of the most competitive endurance horses in the US, won the Hagen Cup. He's in his late 20s now, and you can see he's got some arthritis in his knee. One of the things with this product that I love for horses that are sore, that you can't pick their feet up, the nice thing about this product is all we have to do is we have to rough up the outside wall. We can do this with the horse standing. So what he doesn't like is get his knee bent, and he has a hard time straightening it back. He's super comfortable here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the prep down here. I'm going to do the glue. I'm going to put the glue inside the cuffs, and then all I have to do is pick up this foot enough to slide the shoe on, and we're good. We can even do the plastic wrap here. So I'm going to go through the prep stage on. So let's just say this is a horse with laminitis. A pregnant mare, a horse that just isn't comfortable keeping a hoof up in the air for prep. So first thing we're going to do is go here with our buffy. The hardest thing is getting the feet wide enough to where we can come in here. Finish the rest off with the rasp. And again, I'm doing this technique to show you that the versatility of the shoe. And just about all you farriers are working on a horse that doesn't want to stand for you. We've roughed it up good. Then we can come back in and do our drying. Three times. I like to use 3 times as a rule, regardless if it's horse has been in moisture or not. 2. Last one. All right, now we've done all of our prep. The horse still is comfortable. He's happy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the mixing over here. And on this one, I'm going to do a different technique with adding copper sulfate to the glue. And in my opinion, this is the preferred technique for putting the shoe on. I think copper sulfate is critical. And so I would lean on doing this application with copper sulfate each time. I like to start with copper sulfate at the bottom of the cup. I'm going to do about 5 pumps of glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add more copper sulfate. I'm going to mix. You want to get all your glue and your copper sulfate mixed together. Depending on temps, if it's warm, you want to hustle. If it's cold, you got a little time. I usually try to mix about 45 seconds. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a clean stick. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it inside my cuff. So this is I just want to make sure I'm using a 122. So now this is inside my cuffs. You got one side. And again, this is the nice thing about the shoe. They're so versatile. We have a lot of different options to apply it. And I love this option because for these horses, everybody has a horse in their practice they can't pick up. And so we can do just about all the work. So now we get the shoe. He still hasn't had his foot off the ground. So what I'm going to do here, this is as high as we need to get his foot up in the air. Get straight. Got to break it where we want. Rub this in, so I'm gonna also remember our toe. Try to get my top of my cuff. You can see he's moved a couple times here, but our shoe is still looking good. Now we're done with that, and so what we can even do, it's a little more difficult, but again, we're keeping the horse's best interest ahead of ours. We're gonna do a wrap. Let me see if I can, there you go, right there. You hold it down to the bottom, you can still get a nice wrap around your cuffs. Just inch it up a little bit, I gotta go down. So you can hold it down. The hardest part is getting it to stay down, so you kind of pack the bottom first. So we're done. So the nice thing about that technique is I've really protected his knee. The most he had to pick up his foot was to here. We slid the shoe on. Now we'll do the next technique where we will pull the wrap off both, buffy them, and make them look good. Okay, the last step in the operation is to take off the plastic wrap. We'll use a buffy to clean them up, and then the last thing we'll put the EasyCare Max Secure on the outside. So I have this little blade, I don't even know where I got it. You can use a pair of scissors, hoof knife. Alright, so pull the plastic off. Alright, get the plastic off. Now, so really as of now, this next step is just cosmetic, making your work look good. We can leave it just like this. Horse could do everything. We'd have no issue. The last step is really, like I said, just to make it look really nice. So I'm going to take the buffy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend everything, and I'm going to come back with super glue and seal it. This is Cyclone's good knee, so I'm going to... So what I'm trying to do is just kind of blend the top of the cup, take off excess glue in the toe area. What I like to do when I'm done is I want to go over that cuff and not really feel I have a big bumpy cuff there. And that's what makes the buffy so nice. You can do this with a wrap, but it's just harder to get it as clean. I'll come to the other side here. So Buffy's done, I can put his foot down. And then this is the EasyCare. And again, I think this product helps the longevity of the glue. Start up here with the coronet band. And we're just gonna rub this in, and he's done. So this seals it nice and also makes it look really professional. I think you're leaving with work you're proud of. So you're pretty much done at this point. So shoes on, I really can't feel my cuffs, looks good, our breakover's good. We can come back in, move our breakover back if we want. This one we'll do next. And again, let me just show you, at this point, we talked about the rockers earlier. If we wanted to come in, pick up this foot, add a rocker, we could do it at this point. He doesn't need them, but then the rocker can be manipulated at any time during the shoeing cycle. So it's super easy to put on. We've had them on a bunch of horses, and of all the shoes I've glued over the last 10 to 15 years, this stays on the best, and it's the easiest to apply.